For many, applying for citizenship is the final stage or the final step for their immigration process. There is obviously a few requirements that you have to meet before you file a successful citizenship application. The first is there is an age requirement. You have to be 18 years or older to submit your own application. If you're under the age of 18, then a parent who's a Canadian citizen can apply for you. Obviously, the child still has to be a permanent resident. Which leads to the second point, you have to have permanent residence before you can go to citizenship. Many clients contact me and want to jump straight to citizenship. That's not how it works. You have to have an approved permanent residence application, be permanent resident, and then apply for your citizenship at a later date. There's also a residency obligation, so time lived in Canada. That's mandatory, which is 3 years out of the last 4 years that you physically have to be present in Canada. There is now a language requirement where, depending on your age, between the age of 18 to 55, there is a language requirement, which I go into details in my subsequent videos. But essentially, there is an IELTS exam or a CELPIP exam or a TEF exam that you need to take if you're between that age to show your proficiency. And basically, for the language requirement for either of these two official languages, French or English, the whole point of this English test or French test is to demonstrate that you are able to communicate, able to understand, and be a productive member of society. Just understanding simple instructions, questions, directions, use basic grammar, use simple sentences. So it isn't a very difficult test for many, but unfortunately it is still required that you take this. Now, many do also come and ask, what if I come from an English-speaking country? Do I need to take it? And the answer is yes. So even if you come from US or England or Australia, where English is the first language, you still have to take this test should you be between the ages of 18 to 55. There's no exceptions, unfortunately. Now, the key here is for those where the English test or the French test is difficult and you're not able to pass this test, there will be a second chance where an interview will be conducted with a judge. And in that interview, again, the judge will ask a few basic questions. They just want to make sure that you understand the question, that you're able to communicate. And many find the interview far easier than the actual test. So if you do fail the test or if you're not able to successfully pass that, still do it. Send the application and the judge will sit down with you and have a one-on-one conversation. And like I said, many do successfully pass this. Should you fail this interview, there will be another reschedule of that date. So you do get a lot of time, and there's a lot of effort made so that you pass this English requirement or French requirement. So don't be too afraid. If you have difficulty with this, there is a lot of sample tests that we provide our clients, a lot of guidance to what kind of questions they get and so forth. So contact us. We'll be able to give you way in advance before your actual test or sit down with the judge to questions that you need to practice and expect during that interview. So the other requirement, obviously, for citizenship is those who have a serious criminal offense, they cannot apply for citizenship. Do watch the video that discusses how to overcome this should you have a criminality, should you have a criminal record. But if you have a criminal history, you may be deemed inadmissible and you may not be eligible to apply for citizenship. And the last criteria is obviously how well you know Canada. So there will be a citizenship test where there will be a bunch of questions, and the questions judge how well you know Canada. There's also a pamphlet that will be provided to you by Citizenship Immigration Canada where you read that, and basically the questions will be based on that pamphlet. I will discuss each of these criteria in detail in subsequent videos, so you can definitely watch those and get some sample questions and so forth in those subsequent videos. I hope this video helped. Until next time.